Welcome to my URBEX missions in Rotterdam. This video includes a bunker, the roofs of some towers and the metro tunnels. But before that, we're going to start off with the mainline train tunnel. This is a very interesting train tunnel. Let's go and explore it. So I run down a tunnel along to a point where you can walk between the different tunnels. Both railway tracks here are the southbound railway tracks, so trains on both tracks are going in the same direction. The northbound railway tracks are through the green door. Let's open up the mystery green door and see what is on the other side. And here are the northbound tracks. There are 4 tracks in total, 2 northbound and 2 southbound. Let's go back to the southbound side. And at this point, 2 trains came exactly at the same time on the 2 different southbound tracks, making it a bit difficult to stand in the right position to not be seen. I now run up the tracks back the way I came. So then, that's the mainline tunnel done. Let's now go and explore a government building which is currently under refurbishment. This building is currently a building site and it is very interesting to look around. So we sneak into this building and along to a lift. Sadly the power is off to this lift, but this looks like a very interesting old one. This building also contains a paternoster. I was not expecting that.
Paternoster. Paternoster.
We now walk down the stairs to the basement. The basement of this building is flooded. It's actually flooded with quite a lot of not very nice looking water, making it awkward to walk around this basement. The reason why I went down to the basement is to get to the bunker. So we look around this creepy basement and we get our feet wet. The bunker is located the next floor down below the basement, but luckily the bunker is not flooded. And along we go to the bunker. And we can see here the blast doors for the bunker. And we enter into the bunker itself. Let's go and explore it.
Filtration. This is one of the best intact of these shallow bunkers I've seen. Usually shallow bunkers get trashed quickly. What's down this way? Oh, telephone. Oh, that's very nice. Ooh. That's a nice bunker. Oh. It's in the hole. Oh, it's got a false floor. It's had service in it originally. Server would have gone vets its ventilation. Battery charging room. There your batteries get charged. It's got a phone as well. Fuses for your bunker. And here we've got danger. That's in English. Here we've got another big bunker door. Ooh, what's in here? Ooh, ventilation room. This is probably one of the best shallow bunkers I've been in. I'm used to shallow bunkers being trashed, at least in London they're trashed, compared to the deep ones. Oh, got lots of equipment here. Look at all this equipment. Oh, this is nice. Compressor.
This bunker has a canteen area which is in perfect condition. There's also this weird 4-pin plug, which is very interesting.
What's in here, I wonder.
So then, we now leave the bunker and now go and explore the government building. The basement looks very spooky and not in that good condition.
It's quite gross. There's no way out of this one, is there? Quick, splosh, 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 splosh. Out of it.
The rest of the building is still very nice. So we go up the stairs. Let's take a look at the first floor, and here is the paternoster. And up we go to the second floor, where there is this interesting glass area. This is for the main hall of the building. This is the vintage glass roof for the hall. Notice that this is inside of the building and there's another protective roof above this one. This area is also used as a service area where the air conditioning is.
So that's a vintage hall, and they built that on top to protect it. So up here you've got this. All the air cons. Got all of that. Got that, looks very vintage. Ooh.
And here is the lift.
The lift. And we're going to go up to the next level.
So we now got up to the 3rd floor, and here is the paternoster.
There's your lift. There's his lift. Down the shaft. No, it's got diagonal chassis. Didn't expect that, it's got diagonal chassis.
So then I looked all over this building trying to find the motor room of the lift and paternoster. I don't know why I couldn't find it. I literally looked everywhere. I'm quite confused by this. Like, this staircase going up here seems to bypass these motor rooms and goes up to this little floor above the motor rooms. It's very odd. Now I go out onto the rooftops. It was at this point that a people I was with noticed that security has entered the building. So sadly I did not manage to find the motor room, but we now need to get out of here without being caught. So we sneak around the building listening out for security's movements, and we managed to run away and not get caught. And now we go to the 1989 tower. And it says 1989 in huge letters above the tower. I'm not sure why, that is very strange, but it certainly makes the tower distinctive. The lifts are some 1980s Otis Europa lifts that have been modernised by Generic.
Door hold doesn't even work, there's so crappy. Oh, it's a notice. Notice. Didn't think this would be a notice, the mod's really bad. Look at a corrugated iron between the lifts, looks like a bunker.
Let's take a look at a motor room. And this is how my friends managed to get on the rooftop, by climbing out over the edge of a balcony.
That is the drop. And they just climbed over it. That's scary.
And let's take a look at the pictures my friend took of climbing a 1989 sign on the rooftop. These pictures were taken in the daytime on the next day.
Who's that going down the big drop? Don't fall on my video, it'd be horrible. 16 floors high. There's no way I could ever do that.
And now we go along to the hostel where I stayed in. This hostel is a dormitory and it's got 6 beds in the lower part of the dorm, but luckily I got a bed in this upper part of the dorm, and this part has a lot more privacy compared to the lower part, and it almost feels like I've got my own separate little room up here. So then, let's now take a look at the price of food. Now in McDonald's, the food price is initially pretty reasonable, and for beef burgers it's actually slightly cheaper than the UK. For example, this double big tasty, which has the same amount of beef in it as a double quarter pounder, but also has got bacon and some additional bits, costs €6.60, which is £5.67. However, if you go with the meal, it's now €11.20, which is £9.61. That's ridiculous. Another £4 just to make it a meal. Then if you look at the price of water, a third of a litre is €2.45 and half a litre is €3. How can they justify that price just for a bottle of water? It seems like they sell the food at a reasonable price, then they try and make up for that with overcharging on the extras. Right then, let's go and explore the tunnels of the Rotterdam Metro. This is a very interesting metro system. Let's go and walk down the tunnels and see where they go. The tunnels of this metro system look very interesting. We continue down the tunnels.
This way, if the train comes to a stop on this side. Wait.
And along to where the tunnels change from being square to being round. This section of the tunnel looks very interesting.
Model. What do you mean? I'll make a shot when the train passes through the tunnel.
And it was at this point that we bumped into a worker. Oh dear. We're just taking pictures, we're not doing anything.
We're just interested in history. So we'll leave right away.
So then, let's now have another attempt of exploring the Rotterdam Metro. So we climb over a fence, and it was at this point we had nowhere to hide, so we had to lie down on the floor as the train goes past so the driver doesn't see us. And along we go to this interesting tunnel portal section. There's this structure above where the metro enters into the tunnel. Another train. And now let's do a leg dangle above the tunnel portal of the metro system and having a train go past below my feet.
Oh, it didn't too! It didn't too!
And now we go to the next residential tower.
Lift Central.
Oh, is that
2.5? Wobbly, but too wobbly. Where's Oris?
And let's go out onto the rooftop. So then, the next day, let's go on a metro train on the longest route of the Rotterdam metro. Even though most of the metro is contained within the city limits of Rotterdam, there's two long sections of the metro. One going to The Hague, but I've already done that bit. But there's a bit I haven't done yet, and that's the bit to the Rotterdam beach called Hollandstraat. This part looks very interesting. It goes a long way out of Rotterdam. I am at the Rotterdam beach, the Hollandstraat. It's interesting looking, although very cold at this time of year. And now to a car park. Right.
Verdieping 7.
Fucking wobbly this thing. It's wobbling like crazy.
And now it's time to go home, so along I go to my boat back to England.
Flixbus needs to get on the ferry back to London, even when it's broke down.
This is a brand new boat and it looks very nice. Let's have a look around.
There's real wood. Got fake leaves.
The lifts on this boat are Cone EcoDisc MX18 Marine Edition, and this lift has a diagonal chassis. This is the first time I've ever seen a boat lift with diagonal chassis. It's very interesting.
Going down.
Diagonal chassis? What the fuck?
Doors closing.
I didn't expect that. Diagonal chassis on a boat.
Doors opening.
Diagonal chassis. Fuck, diagonal chassis on a boat. That's fucking weird, fucking nuts that is.